Yeah, that's wow, 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 wow. I don't know if I can necessarily say this, but this got to be the most CAF thing I've ever heard. CAF meaning Confederation of African Football. You know, the confederation is called CAF. That got to be the most African thing I've ever heard. Oh my goodness. Like, oh my goodness. This is unbelievable. Um, that, you know, that's wow, unbelievable, unbelievable, unbelievable. So let me get this straight, okay? This is, the Nigerian national team were number one. They were traveling to play Libya. They were traveling to play Libya at the Martyrs of February Stadium in Benghazi, Libya. Okay, so they were traveling to play the Libyan team, in an African Cup of Nation qualifier, but but instead of reaching the airport, the right airport that they were supposed to go, they were diverted. Their flight ended up being diverted into an airport that was hours away from the airport of the match venue. And they were when they got to an airport, diverted away an airport away from their match venue, and they were stuck there for about more than 16 hours at that airport that was about 250 kilometers away, which is 155 miles away from where they were supposed to play at. And according to William Troost Ekong, who's their captain of the Nigerian football Nigerian football national team, he and the Nigerian football team, it was he's the one that came out saying in protest of the whole issue of them being stranded, of their flight being diverted, all that, the players and staff, in protest at their flight, and then the players and staff being abandoned for hours at the airport, being abandoned with apparently no food, nowhere to be, no hotel, no reception team, no vehicles to take them anywhere to a hotel, nothing, just them being stranded there all alone. Yeah, that's insane. That is absolutely insane to me, and that's actually a scary thing, almost being stranding there, having no communication. From what I hear, not having Wi-Fi at certain periods. That has to be a devastating thing to, be going through, and something that I don't blame them for, for boycotting that, because that's just unbelievable, and that's not right. Um, the airport was 3 hours away in Benghazi. The airport was 3 hours away. Their hotel was 3 hours away in Benghazi, and they had no communication, nobody to even talk to them, and they're just stranded there trying to figure out what's going on. The players, the staff, the coaches. It's just quite ridiculous to me, quite crazy, and it's something I've never seen, and yeah, you know. Trost Ekong said, as the captain, together with the team, we have decided that we will not play this game. Apparently, our plane is being filled as we speak, and we should be leaving soon to Nigeria. CAF also said in a statement that the matter has been referred to the CAF disciplinary board for investigation, and appropriate actions will be taken against those who violated the CAF statuses and regulations. You see some of the pictures of the players laying on those cheap airport seats that, and now I'm not saying that those airport seats were cheap, just in general, you're at an airport, those uncomfortable seats that you're sitting on, them having to lay down there, them being stranded. Imagine being stranded in an airport for 16 hours. I'd lose my mind. I'd lose my mind. And these are players, naturally professional players. They don't even go through security. They don't even go through security. They're professional players. They got millions of dollars. They're part of a big organization. Normally, they check the passport and they go straight through. There's no security check. There's no waiting in the long lines. There's none of that. for them to go through what they had to go through, it's just something that they're not been used to, and definitely was an uncomfortable moment. And it's something out of the frustration after, and I wonder what is, you're being stranded there. What is the cutoff where in their, as a unit that they says that, oh, they're gonna protest? If they're stranded there only for about 5-6 hours, are they still gonna let it go? Because for me, that's still crazy. Being stranded at the airport 6 hours, no communication, no nothing. Where was the, where was the cutoff period where they, they're like, all right, this is enough, or is this something at the end that they just finally decided, nah, we're not doing this. We're going home. This is what, it's something that CAF has to look into. I believe this is something both footballing federations have to go through. I think maybe even government officials have to get involved, because these are players, these are citizen livelihoods, being affected with the unfair treatment. There's the Libyan Federation, where it seems like from the major consensus belief there, and some players have adopted this, theory as well, and it's it's something that's probably very likelihood that all this came from the Libyan footballing, not footballing federation, but the Libyan Football Federation, in order to get a competitive advantage with the Nigerians, with affecting their team morality, being stuck at an airport for that long, affecting their energy levels of just being sitting at an airport, being stranded there, the whole emotional and physical toll that this can take on a team. It seems like that's what the major consensus is that Libya did this on purpose. The federation did this on purpose to gain an advantage in these high-stake AFCON qualifiers to qualify for the African Cup of Nations in Morocco next year. Look, if that's the case, there gotta be some heavy sanctioning for Libya. I do have to say heavy sanctioning. I'm talking point deductions. I'm talking major fines, because that is crazy. That is cruel and unusual punishment. 14 hours of players being stranded at the airport with no food, no Wi-Fi, no place to sleep, and the worst of it all, no communication of what is going on. If they do this investigation that a CAF said that they'll do, and they deem all this, what I previously just said, to be true, you gotta speak major punishment for Libya. Because look, in my humble opinion, there's a fine line. There's a fine line between gamesmanship and gaining a competitive advantage within the spirit of the game. And then this is just flat out crazy, ridiculous. I can't even put into words. I'm speechless. That is crazy. 14 plus, that's not within the spirit of the game. Now, there's other ways to gain a competitive advantage with the spirit of the game. You're talking, make it difficult for the players' bus to get to the, stadium, things like that, when I say make it difficult, I mean have a lot of people crowd the streets. No throwing anything at the bus or anything like that, but something of that sort. Something of making it a little bit difficult here and there. Maybe, I see in American sports in the past, you talk about Celtics-Lakers series, they turn the AC off in the visitors' locker room. Something like that. Look, is that, within this, is that morally right? Probably not, but at least it's not cruel. This is cruel. What they did to the Nigerian players is cruel. So I believe some major sanctioning should fall, and how does this even happen? How does this even happen? CAF needs to come, because now it comes from the top. This even being able to happen, there's an issue when it comes to the top. And that's issues that they have to fix as well, in my opinion. This is a confederation that is gonna get a World Cup, not this World Cup, but in 2030, where they'll be hosting some of the games in Morocco. So there's something that they need to, they need to get on top of this, and get on top of this fast.